Believe Nation, happy Tuesday. Tuesday is my YouTube day. It's crazy. It's already 2 o'clock. So the morning of my YouTube day, I spend strategizing, planning, just ideas for what I want to do on the channel. And then this is my break. And then in the afternoon, I'm going to be doing the actual filming. So I like having the morning just to open it up and look at what videos I want to make and just be strategic. And that's all I have to worry about. And in the afternoon, all I have to worry about is filming the videos. So I'm excited. Got some awesome new content coming to you. I'm also going to start sharing some... Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for all the love, everybody. You got questions, pop them down below. We'll get to them, too. I'm also going to start sharing some of the updates and wins from the channel to try to teach people how to have more YouTube success themselves. So stay tuned for that. We're doing one today where I'm showing a split test on a thumbnail that got 50-something% improvement just by changing the text on the thumbnail. So stay tuned for that. We'll see if it works. Love the Howard Schultz poster. Yeah, most people have no idea who this is. So on my wall, I've got Steve Jobs, A.P. Giannini. That's me and my parents when I'm 8 or 9 years old. Then Howard Schultz, and then Kanye West, and then my hoodie, and then another Steve Jobs. So that's the wall. I think you need to have an environment for success, right? You may not feel much looking at this, but I believe every time I walk into the office with all these people who are kind of staring me down and encouraging me to keep pushing and keep grinding and keep getting better every single day. The famous hoodie, yeah, that hoodie is there because superheroes. I was watching Green Arrow and they had their when they're in their base, they put their outfits on a mannequin. I'm like, I'm a superhero. When I first started wearing this, I tell myself that I'm Batman, going to work, going to go save the world, right? I'm Batman when I wear this. Anyway, yeah, so I wanted to get my own mannequin. Do you sell your hoodie? How much? We don't sell this one. This is custom, so there's no easy way to sell them because it's got the orange, the gold drawstrings and the underarm, and then the inside of the hood is also orange. And I also like the deep hood. But we do sell a regular version that you can go check out if you want. Okay, what else? Give me questions. Let's see. Number one tip to stay humble and grounded. I would say one, just get lost in service, right? The fact that you're doing things to help people. That no matter, I've got 300 million views on my channel. I don't even know what that means, right? What does that mean, 300 million views? But being able to help one person, looking at the comments, talking to you guys, just getting lost in service. I think that keeps me grounded. Humble, I would say, be surrounded by people who are doing much bigger things, right? I look at what's on my wall. We got Kanye and Howard and A.P. Giannini, my parents, and Steve Jobs. No matter how big I think I am, I'm thinking and growing. Like, have I had Kanye level impact, Steve Jobs level impact yet? No. So let's go, right? So grounded, I'd say default to service, and humility, I'd say be around people who've done much bigger things than you, even if virtually, right? I mean, I've never met Steve Jobs, never will. I haven't met Kanye yet. Maybe will at some point. But being around them reminds me that I still have a long way to go. Make sense? Omar, how to stay positive when burdened with huge financial debt? I'd be surrounding myself with people who, anytime there's a mindset that you want to adopt, right? You want to be positive. I try to surround myself with people who are thinking, acting, being the way that you want to think, act, and be. So who helps you stay positive? Who helps you stay motivated? Who helps you believe in yourself more? And that may be a physical person in your life, but it could also just be this. It could be virtual. It could be me and my videos. It could be somebody else in their podcast or their book or their content. And being around that more, because the self-talk typically isn't great. The self-talk typically is not amazing. Most people don't love themselves and look at themselves in the mirror. And the people around us often aren't giving us the right the right push. The people around us aren't telling us that we can do anything. The people around us aren't telling us that we're amazing. The people around us aren't saying, go chase down your dreams, right? The people around us, for the most part, keep us small. And so you need to not just blame them and say it's all their fault. You need to take responsibility for it and then inject that positivity into your brain, however you get it most. Alluring audacity. How do you surround yourself? Like, I think, with people like that? I want physically and virtually. So virtually is easiest, right? Virtually, you just start tasting people's content. You know, if you like my content, good news. I've got, 12 channels. We're making 4 to 6 pieces of content every single day. So there's something for you every single day if you like my content. If you hate my content and like somebody else, great. Go consume them. If you ever get a chance to ask a question on Instagram Live, right? That's your opportunity. Or again, books, podcasts. I don't do a ton of reading. I try to read 10 pages a day. It's not a lot, but I consume mostly through video. So that's the easiest way, right? To have them in your head every single day, and then create an environment. Whether you want to put them, on your wall like this, whether you want to have them on the background in your cell phone, whether it's their face or whether it's their quote, like design your environment so that you're around it constantly. Because, I don't have a direct line to Kanye or Howard Schultz yet, but they still inspire me daily when I walk into my office or when I'm making video content, right? For that, and like anybody can do that. No matter where you are in the world, you have access to internet, anybody can do that. For actually connecting face to face, start paying attention to events that are happening in your city once Corona starts picking up. Start paying attention to things like this, Instagram Live, when people are going live on Instagram or live on YouTube or live on Twitch or live on LinkedIn or live on TikTok or live on, like, every platform has a live option now. Follow your heroes there, and when they go live, be the first one in, ask your question, and that's the starting point of you getting mentored. Good luck. Okay, let's see. Jeff wants to come in and see what he's got. Let's bring in Jeff. Got a bunch of people want to come in live.
Hey, Evan.
What's up, Jeff?
Hey, what? How do you remember my name?
It said Jeff.
Oh, okay. Hey, so I don't know if you remember this. I know you meet and come across a lot of people, but we had met when I was interning with Dave Meltzer. You had came to the office and showed us a little bit about social media and stuff like that. But it was awesome to meet you. I just wanted to hop on here. I've been in commercial real estate for about a year now.
Okay.
And I'm trying to build my brand. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. I'm still chasing my first deal. I've been working at this, not bringing in any profit or income for a year now. And it's kind of getting a little tough, but I'm trying to figure out ways, maybe making a podcast, putting out content, hopping on more lives like this with you, trying to be interactive on social media. Do you have any words of encouragement or any advice?
Who's your target? Like, who's your ideal target?
So actually, I'd like to work in a niche market. As a commercial agent, I'd like to help athletes and help them to invest in apartment buildings. Because, no one takes care of these guys post-career. And we all know that average NFL career and average UFC career is very short. And a lot of athletes blow their money. So I'd like to help athletes to invest in and build their passive income, generate, wealth through real estate. But first, I've got to, put one foot in front of the other and create some deals, regular deals, just with normal investors. But yeah, anyone in the Orange County, SoCal area, I can do deals. Outside as well. We've got affiliates in out of state, all over the U.S., globally. It's as easy as a phone call if anyone's looking to invest out of state as well.
Would you consider apartment buildings commercial?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good news. There's tons of athletes in the SoCal area. There's lots of them are trying to figure out how to make money, what to do post-retirement, or what to do even now to set them up for post-retirement. Dave is a great contact for you.
Definitely, yeah.
Because he's got a lot of those athlete connections.
Yeah.
I would put together, I put together one epic piece of content, like the must-read guide for what athletes need to consider to get into real estate in SoCal.
So I really need to just be aiming big right away, huh?
Well, athletes in terms of going after LeBron is one thing, but it could be somebody who, I was just on a live last week with a former MLS player.
Okay.
And he started his own business.
Sure.
Right? And he's trying to figure out, like, what do I do after my professional 2-time champion MLS player, right, soccer, but not like household name LeBron James.
Franchise player, yeah.
So you're going after athletes, but they may not all be well known. There's a lot of guys who are in the league, any of the leagues, who could walk past your car right now and nobody would know who they are.
Sure.
So I think it's still a good market to get into, but you're just playing maybe not in the superstar arenas.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
But I'd be looking at who's done it. So especially people like me. So if you're going athletes, then you show me what other athletes have done it.
Yeah.
So you build and maybe Dave can help, or maybe you just do your own research and you see who's invested in the real estate, especially in SoCal, but who's invested in real estate as a smart investment for them. Because a lot of athletes make really stupid investment choices and end up bankrupt after their playing career and end up going the Allen Iverson route, right? It's like, don't do that. So build one giant case study around athletes who've had success going into SoCal, especially, but even in real estate, and then just your top 8 to 10 tips for what they need to be aware of to make a good deal.
Yeah, so I mean, it's not anything new or anything like that. You've got like guys like Grant Cardone trying to help out athletes like Mayweather and Kevin Hart in the entertainment industry, and who else did he have on there? Dana White, and he's kind of providing that service for those bigger name athletes as well. But yeah, okay, yeah, I can definitely make some kind of content and on that, targeting that market, like you said.
I wouldn't even worry necessarily about daily content. I want one epic piece that when an athlete has some money, they're looking to invest into something. Why real estate? Why apartment buildings instead of X? Instead of launching, their own coffee line? Instead of, like, there's a million options for them. Why commercial real estate? And you've got the answers, but they don't have the answers. And then telling me who's done it already. This guy did it, and she did it, and he did it, and he did it, and all sorts of different athletes from all sorts of different backgrounds, from football, baseball, soccer, badminton, ping pong, like whatever, athletes across different spectrums, all investing in real estate, all having success, and not going the way of other. You can also show the athletes who've just went bankrupt and never invested their money properly. And I want to be the guy to help you do it, right? So having that giant case study is where I would invest 20 to 50 hours of research into putting that together. And then that's the thing that becomes your business card. Not like a little mini Instagram post. That PDF becomes your business card that you want to get in front of people. And then at the end, it's like, hey, if you want, I'm happy to help you, especially if you're in SoCal, jeff@whatever.com. And then your only goal is, how do I get this in the hands of as many athletes as possible?
Okay. Sounds good.
Dave might be able to pass on to somebody, joining people's IG lives, DMing people. I'm for you to start getting deal flow, it's having that one giant piece of content that's epic, because I've never seen anybody put that together before. And then outreach. Less than trying to make daily content and hoping people find you. It's that, and then you go hunting, outreach.
Okay.
So it's a 20-page deck, and on the last page is going to be contact Jeff at whatever phone number, email address.
All right, I'm all trying to write this down. Okay, cool, awesome, definitely.
I'll save this. You can watch it back later on.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Much love, man. Cheering you on.
Yeah, thank you, Evan.
Okay, take care, Jeff. Cheers.
Bye, man.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's good. That's if you want to get business, right? If he's been struggling for a year to get business, right? And this is, I love that he was so honest, because a lot of people, myself included, I struggled for a year to get business, and I was way too afraid to tell my best friends that I was struggling, let alone come on an Instagram Live and tell people that I'm struggling. So big ups to Jeff for that. But if you need to get immediate business in, I go over this in Built to Serve, right? My book, The Fast Path to Freedom. The fast path to freedom is the fastest way to start making money from your social accounts, where you just create a little bit of content, epic content, right? I recommend doing 9 pieces of content for your Instagram, but with Jeff, I'd love to see that detailed, full PDF, and then you're just doing outreach, and your goal is to get people to consume those little pieces of content and then message you, not to be what most people think. I love thought leadership. That's a long game where you're making content and you hope that people find it. Even in looking at Dave Meltzer's, like, I'm so pumped that he kept going, because, at the beginning it was hard to gain traction, as people don't necessarily know who you are. That's the same thing. Like, nobody knows who Jeff is yet. And that's a long game. And it may take a couple of years of making content before you get on people's radar. And by that point, you can be out of business. Nobody knows, you haven't got the deal flow when you quit and go do something else. So it's very real. A lot of people just run out of time. They run out of runway. So fast to freedom. You make the epic 1 piece of content or 9 micro pieces of content that shows off who you are, and then you DM people and you message people who are in your ideal audience for them to visit your profile and consume those pieces and then hire you for a deal. That's what a lot of people need to be doing right now, but especially Jeff. Okay. We got a little bit. Let's bring somebody else in. Miles wants to come in. We got like 7 minutes. Miles moving. Let's go. Waiting on Miles. Miles, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Sorry, Miles. I'm not sure what happened. Hope you're okay. Oops. What else? Hold on. Why can't I bring people in? There we go. Okay. Miles is requesting again. Miles, I invited you in. Oh, there's a bunch of text questions too. Okay, let's get to some of these. Any way to get customers back who are spammed by sending messages about my product earlier? Possibly. Are they actually customers? So, like, customers back means they already are a customer. And if they already are a customer, then I would just lean in on the honesty. It's like, hey, I'm super sorry for spamming you. It's not who I want to be. I've run into whatever struggles or whatever. I thought it was a good marketing idea or whatever. I deeply apologize. I respect you. And whatever opportunity you've got for them. If they're already customers, right? You lean in on the relationship, whatever equity, emotional equity you have with them, and apologize. And a lot of times, if you ever make a mistake with a customer, apologizing, owning up to it instead of trying to cover up, can lead to a much better relationship, because most people will never do that. A lot of the greatest customer relationships I've had have been when I screwed up on something. I made a mistake and then I apologized for it and then over-delivered to fix it for them. Most service providers won't do that. So that's how you can start to win. If they actually are not your customers yet, right? You say customers back, but if you spam people and they never were your customers, that makes it really hard because you're the spamming guy, right? I would still lean in on the same story, but you don't have any emotional equity with them. So your hit rate's going to be a lot lower. And I'd work on just continuing to improve. There's tons of new customers out there for you, right? If Jeff goes and spams all the NBA players about his idea and there's zero value in it and he's annoying them, then it's going to be hard for him to come back a second time. But
There's always new people joining the NBA, right? Every year. There's always NFL and baseball, and there's lots of potential customers for him and for you. So if you can't win them back, then don't be super hard on yourself. Just fix it for the next time and keep moving forward. I think he's answering questions in order. There's just too many questions. It's basically whatever pops up on the screen. That's what I bring in. JB, as soon as possible to cheer up during work, to work harder. The fastest way to change your state is music. So one of the things that Nina and I do every morning is we put on a song and we dance together. I was doing this by myself for a while. I just put on a song and danced myself, and I just walked around my condo and dancing, right? Like, don't worry about making it look good. Just any kind of dancing, anything. And now more recently I've involved Nina in it. So we put on a song. I put it at 1.25 speed because it's usually happier, more upbeat. And then we just dance together. And it's one song, right? It's 3 to 4 to 5 minutes. And that's part of our daily routine every day. But you don't even need to put on the whole song. Just pick a song. There's a song right now. There's a bunch of songs right now that if you put on, you would have to start moving. It may be a subtle movement like this, right? Just a little bit of the head bob, or maybe like you got to get out of your chair. That. So when you're feeling low, when you're feeling down, when you're feeling negative, you're not in the right mindset. It's really hard to create. Like I'm about to go from this to making my videos for the week. And if I'm feeling low and no energy and this is hopeless and useless and pointless, I'm not going to make great videos, right? I could force it out, but it's not going to be good content for you guys. And so I'll need to make sure that my mindset is right before going in. And if I ever feel lower energy, then that's what I'll do. Just put on music. Put on music, move. Like, don't just sit, get up and move around. Even if you feel like you look stupid, awesome. Get some movement in you. It'll change your life. Carmichael Motivation Spotify playlist would be awesome. I have it on YouTube. You look at my Believe playlist on YouTube. It's public. It's free. It's #Believe. You can get in it, and that's what I listen to. But you may not like it. Don't worry about the perfect song. For me, it's what are the perfect songs for you. Abel, how to not get bothered by people's opinions or what they say to you. So, one, understand anybody who's coming at you with hate, negativity, toxicity, they hate themselves. Anybody whose default is going to be in negative is in a really painful place. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. They're in a lot of pain themselves. And so try to understand that, right? Empathy is step number one. So if somebody's coming to your YouTube channel or somebody's commenting on your day and say, you suck, you can't do that. Who do you think you are? They hate themselves. They're living in so much pain right now and they're just throwing it on you. It has nothing even to do with you. They hate their own life. They never achieved anything in their own life, and so they tear other people down because they could never do it themselves. Now other people around them are not allowed to do it either. So have empathy for that. Understand that this person hates their life. Two, that removes the sting of it. Now it's, okay, is there anything valid in what they're saying? Did they say anything that was helpful? Did they give me any knowledge or feedback or guidance that, even though it wasn't put in the nicest way, it's like, you suck because of this. If you can remove the pain of the delivery and then just seek the truth to say, was there anything in what they said that could actually help me? Then that's how you can actually grow. And it's a great skill to start to learn, because not all feedback will be sugar-coated and nice for you. Not all feedback. If you can only take feedback when it's gift wrap, to say, hey, Evan, man, I love what you do. I love your channel. You've been an inspiration to me for years, but I got this tiny little suggestion that might help you, right? If that's the only way I could take feedback, I'm never going to grow. If you can only take feedback when it's sugar-coated like that, you're never going to grow. Some of the best feedback I've gotten has been from people yelling at me and destroying me. And you just step aside and say, wow, this person is super negative. They hate their life. I have empathy for that. And inside of what they're saying is actually something that can help me get better, right? So that's how you do it. Guys, I got to go. Thank you for the love. Appreciate you. We'll be back on tomorrow. I think so. Tomorrow, same time, 2 o'clock Eastern. Thank you for the energy. I'm going to use that to pour it into my YouTube videos for you guys this afternoon. And I hope you take this energy and pour it into something amazing that you can be proud of as well. Do not allow yourself to go to bed tonight without having made yourself proud of whatever you're making today. Be proud of your effort. Continue to believe. See you tomorrow.